Okay, this is Mike Merlin Means of Merlin Public Media, and tonight we're having a combination episode of arts talk and events talk. So we got an arts group having an event, and here with us tonight is
Diane McKenzie from River Cities Community Theater Players and Ghostlight Children's Theater.
so what's in the news? I mean, I've talked to Andy.
Yes, so you know all about On Golden Pond.
I do, and he's like, Diane's got a show coming up, and I'm like, talk to me. But then again, I already knew that. But
Yes, well, we're very excited about On Golden Pond. That was actually one of the shows that I had thrown into the hat to be considered, and we were supposed to do it. And I'm sure he told you, but we were supposed to do it a couple of years ago. It was already cast even right when COVID hit. Yeah. So we stuck it out as long as we could until we finally had to just say, no, this isn't going away. And so we canceled that show and ultimately the whole season. But yeah, it's one of my favorites, and I'm really jealous that Andy's getting to direct it and, and not me. But he was gracious and he let me cover for him a couple of times at rehearsal. So at least to get my fingers in it just a tiny bit.
There you go. It's a great script. It is.
Oh, it is. It's a wonderful show. And like I said, it was on my bucket list. So, passing the hat to another great fellow director. So I'm really happy that he's got his hands on this one. And from what I've seen of his cast, he's been very blessed with them as well. So looking forward to that one. Yeah. Now the kids, on the other hand, we have our hands full right now. We are currently in production for our October show, and we are doing the Canterville Ghost, which I'm also very excited about. I'm not one that likes to repeat shows, but I did actually direct this show before I moved out here to Arizona. It was there was a second season show that I did with the high school drama club, and it just has always left a soft spot in my heart. And it's a great little script, and it's funny, and we're calling it a spooky comedy. And okay. I've got some amazing kids, new kids this time around. We've got quite a few new faces, and we're very excited about that. And they're stepping up and showing us what they're made of. And some of our regulars are there as well. And it's a very well-rounded cast. Got a cast of 21 in this one. Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to do smaller shows, but
yeah,
doesn't always work out for me. But this one there are many different adaptations of this original book. It's a book by Oscar Wilde, whom a lot of people are familiar with. But many adaptations. They've done several movie versions. More recently, there was a version where I'm drawing a blank on his name. The guy that played Patrick Stewart, who played Jean-Luc Picard, actually played the ghost in one of the more recent versions. And as many different directions and outcomes as you can have with the movies, and nothing like the play we're doing. And there are multiple scripts out there, so even if you've seen it before, you haven't seen this one. And it's coming along really well. The kids are rehearsing about 6 hours a week with it, and just lots of fun. It's about a American family that buys an old English manor. It comes along with a ghost from the 15th century, and how he is trying to torment and scare the family away, and the Americans won't have anything to do with it. So it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And we've got a couple of kids as young as 7 and 8. And we go up to, I think my oldest is probably 15. So like I said, wide cast, lots of opportunities there for the kids to show what they've got. So
So you got my next question. I was going to ask for a little synopsis without dropping the ball and giving anything away, and you just went right into it.
Oh, you know
That's
me,
why I like talking to you. You just
yeah.
this is what needs to be said. This is what I need to hear. I'm going to say it. You over there on the other side, you just be quiet.
I was gonna say, you can hit the record button and just say go, and I'll ramble for an hour and a half. You know me, especially when I get to talking about the kids and what we're doing.
Oh yes.
So, yeah, but this one, we're having a really good time with this one too. I mean, Hayden Proctor, who played Daddy Warbucks in our production of Annie, is playing the ghost. He is our 6 foot something, 12-year-old, 13-year-old now.
Oh geez.
Yeah. So he's really putting his heart and soul into it, and doing a very good job with his small scary parts. And there's a lot of audience interaction with this one, so he's learning how to anticipate responses and things like that, which is not always an easy thing.
No, that can be difficult, especially for a younger actor.
Exactly. So we're working on that with him. And this show has, like I said, it's got an American family. There's Mr. and Mrs. Otis. Mr. Otis is being played by Dalton Brown, and he actually has been involved with us since day one at Ghostlight. He actually was Peter Pan when we did Tinkerbell.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, years ago. He's been absent for the last couple of shows, but he's back now, and we're happy about that. And Stella Prickett is playing his wife, Miriam Otis, mother of 4, and she is just stepping into that role beautifully, and she's just carries this natural motherly sweetness about her, and very excited to see how she is growing into the role. We have 4 kids. We have Willa, who's the oldest, who is very much an industrial young lady, wants to very much be like her father, who happens to be an entrepreneur. And that's how they gain their fortune. Second daughter is Virginia. She's the empathetic and an emotional one. And then we have the rambunctious twins, who probably could win a war by themselves. They're quite the pair. The house comes along with not only a ghost but also a staff. Mrs. Umney, who is the head housekeeper, and Henry, who's the butler. And they have been in the employ of the Canterville family for many years and very much support the ghost and what he brings to their lives. They have a hard time keeping cooks. We go through 3 of them in this show. We have several of our regulars playing cooks this time around, all with very special, very different characteristics. And then you've got the handsome young man that lives next door, who has a mad, wild crush on Virginia, and his stuffy, snooty aunt, who happens to be English nobility. And we have a band of gypsies that get involved in the act. So yeah, we've got a great little band of gypsies, and they add a lot to the script and the play. And it's just moment after moment after moment. And the kids will say, well, who's the lead? Well, they're all pretty even in there. Every one of these actors has their moments to shine. And that's one of the reasons I love the show so much. And it really, truly is funny. The kids have now been rehearsing for about not quite 3 weeks, but almost 3 weeks. And they're still laughing at all the jokes.
That takes a little while to get past.
Yes, and we're still laughing at all the jokes, and I know the script inside out, and I still giggle. And it's really fun. It's going to be a great production. I hope a lot of people come out to see it. It's a nice Halloween treat, not too scary for the little ones, but still a nice little ghost story for them to enjoy right before the trick or treat and Halloween and all that fun stuff. So yeah, we're definitely having a good time with this one. The costuming, I'm having a wonderful time with that. I've been very fortunate this time. We have one of our parents, name's Adriana Prickett, and she's a seamstress, and she is just taking the mountain of work that's coming with this show with costuming. I said we have 21 in the cast, and you know me, Mike, I like to be as authentic as I can be.
Oh, yeah.
And so we have a lot of Victorian era clothing that needs to be created, designed, revamped, all the different things. We've been scouring the thrift stores and ripping apart old formal dresses for long skirts, and just just been taking that and just running with it, which has been wonderful because now I can focus on other things. And the set, I'm super excited about the set. It's a smaller set than what I used back in Ohio, but we're still trying to keep all of and I'm calling them special effects. They're not really special effects, but we're keeping all the little surprises that we had built in to the show previously. Yeah. So
that comes under special effects if you don't see it coming. Yeah, sure.
So special effects. So I think those will be fun for the audience as well, to get to experience some of those fun little things that are going to happen throughout the show, all the way up until the very end.
Is it a single set?
It is a single set. It's basically it's the sitting room of Canterville Manor.
Okay.
We do have some sides that are going on. We have the little gypsy camp on one side, and of course Lady Jane and her nephew Charles live next door, so they tend to walk around the grounds quite often. So there's a lot of walking things. But yeah, we're just super excited about it, and we're having fun, and it's just a really exciting time for us at the theater right now. We and I'm not going to say too much, but we do have a donator that has stepped up, and I do believe we're going to be installing some new things.
Ooh.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm not going to say a lot quite yet, but I've spent some time with this individual, and he has come and looked at our setup, and he's formulating a plan to do some replacement on some things that need to be replaced. I know
wink, wink.
And so we're hoping that all comes to fruition, actually in time for On Golden Pond, but if not, then in time for Canterville for sure. Just he does work full time, and he's in and out of California a lot. So him being able to come over and do some things for us also depends a lot on his work schedule. But
this one is back on the main stage then.
Yes, we are back on the main stage.
Say the main stage.
We're tongue in cheek.
Yes.
We're back in the Sudden Link Center. But like I said, we're looking at some much needed improvements, we hope, for that particular venue. So we're just moving up. I mean, we got the new chairs last year, and now we may be getting some of these other tech items that we've been working hard to work on. And so we're hoping that as we get better and better, and we grow larger and larger, that we're able to give back to the facility and make it better and better as well.
Certainly.
So we're doing our best to do that. And I can't talk about the kids without talking about how great camp was this year. And I gush about camp for a little bit.
Go ahead. Like I can stop you.
You could. If you said,
could, but
I would shut up. I really would.
We're not even going to try. You go right on ahead.
We had a great camp this summer. We did the 2-week camp this year. And, we had some struggles that we had to overcome. Always money is one of those struggles. And we were really, really fortunate that Mike and Wendy Jean Ronk stepped up and gave us a very, very generous donation that allowed us to feed the kids this year without dipping in our budget. our bank account that we have for our seasons. So that was a huge step forward for us, not having to worry about that. We increased numbers again. We ended up with 38 kids this year. And we had them divided into two different groups. We had our seniors and then we had our juniors. Our seniors actually spent 2 weeks in camp. Tried to get them a much more intensive 2-week working on a full show. They did a full about hour and 15-minute show. And those kids were amazing. They could have performed Friday the first week. They jumped in and just grabbed onto it that quick.
Nice.
Yeah, they did
That was the second performance.
That was the yes, the second performance. That was the Redemption of Gertie Green, which was just an incredible show. The kids fell in love with the script, and that I think that makes all the difference.
It does. If you don't like the script, then it's work and not
not fun.
Not supposed to be work.
Yeah, and it was very well written, and the kids related to it, and they molded and melded right into their characters very quickly. We tried to match the personalities of the characters as close to the personalities of the kids as we could. That wasn't 100% across the board. Some kids had something completely different from themselves, but it makes it easier. It makes the learning go faster. And the big stumbling block that we had was week 2. The juniors came in. And originally I had Kim Moss, who was going to run my junior camp. And unfortunately, the COVID bug bit the family.
Yeah.
She was unavailable the week of camp. So she did a great job with her lesson plans and things. So she sent everything over to me and we jumped in. That was a struggle. That was a bit of a, seat of my pants kind of adventure.
Sure.
And but we still did a great job. And Sierra DeMarie, if those of those people out there that watch us and have been involved with the theater RCCTP for a while, they know Sierra. She's grown up literally in our group, and I have to sing her praises. She came in the second week to help with junior camp. And when she realized what was going on, she goes, Diane, she said, can I direct the juniors? And I was like,
oh.
And she jumped in, just completely jumped in. She's fearless. She just absorbs everything of all sides. She handled getting the props. She handled, casting the kids. She handled, deciding all the blocking. She handled it, and it was wonderful. And the show was just as adorable as it could be. And
it was so cute.
It was very cute. And the kids had fun with it, and they seemed to be very understanding of what I was going through as far as trying to divide my time between two groups when I wasn't planning on dividing my time. And just one more mentoring opportunity for some of those older kids. It was great.
Sure.
Yeah, we had a great time with camp. And every year when we're done with camp, we sit down and myself and the leaders and the senior counselors, we all sit down and we talk about what worked and what didn't work and what we need to fix and what can we do better next year. And do we want to keep things as they are? Do we want to make adjustments? And we're still working through that. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. It was hard having 38 kids in that space. But I don't, we're still moving forward. We're still gonna do camp again next year. We just haven't quite figured out what it's gonna look like yet. But it's just such a big part of what we do. And it's such a big opportunity to bring in new kids. And that's really what it's all about. So, write a list of what worked, write a list of what didn't, what do we need to fix, and jump back in for next year. So, and then of course we're going to have our spring musical. So do you want to know what that
M word?
I did. I know you hate the musicals.
I do, but go ahead. But before we go to the musical, okay?
Yeah.
We'll come back. Let's do some business side of this.
Oh, you want to know what the show is?
first, how do people get a hold of Ghostlight Children's Theater? Second, production dates. Third, ticket costs, all that fun stuff. Do the
All
business
the fun
and
stuff. We'll do
sell your show.
All right, sell my show. Well, come and see us because this is going to be a fantastic show. The Ghostlight Children's Theater performance of The Canterville Ghost will be Friday, October 7th at 7 p.m., Saturday, October 8th at 2 p.m., and then again at 7 p.m. We do 3 shows. We always do Friday, Saturday with a Saturday matinee. Tickets are available at rcctp.booktix, BOOKTIX.com. Tickets actually open for our entire season, both RCCTP and Ghostlight, on Friday, the 19th. So the other exciting thing is we are selling season tickets this year for the regular RCCTP season. But because it is the first year we are doing season tickets, as a bonus, we will be throwing in a voucher to anyone who buys a season ticket to attend one of the Ghostlight performances for free. So it's really a good deal for everybody. Let's
back up because you missed a point. How much are these tickets?
Well, regular seats are $15 for adults and $5 for students. And students means anyone from kindergarten through high school. Once you graduate high school, you're considered an adult.
Okay.
But $5 for students, $15 for adults. Season tickets will get you 4 shows for $50.
Whoa.
Which is basically getting one show almost free, but then of course you get that bonus of the Ghostlight performance. So that's something that, like I said, on the 19th, that opens up. As you know, we're in the process of rebuilding a website. We got graciously hacked by a retail Chinese company. I have no idea what it said that was in Japanese or Chinese. And so that's being rebuilt right now. And hopefully, we're hoping it will be up and running by the 19th. But even if it's not, you can go directly to the BookTix address that I just gave you guys and get your tickets. The entire season is listed, all the dates and times for all the different shows. So it is all there. You can also get your season ticket there. So whatever your needs are, you can get to them that direction. Otherwise, the website hopefully will be up, and you will also have a link at the website, which is rcctp.org once it's up and running, and you can always get to us that way as well. Ghostlight will be having a link on that page once it's up and running and I get a chance to get in there and play with it. In the meantime, the best place to find me and Ghostlight is on Facebook. Ghostlight Children's Theater. You know us by the purple and yellow masks, comedy and tragedy masks that are on the site. That makes us easy to find. And we're also the only children's theater in Bullhead, so you can find us that way as well. We do have an Instagram page as well. If you look for us, same thing, Ghostlight Children's Theater. And you can link to the Facebook through there, or most of the generalized information that goes up on Facebook also goes on Instagram. I'm just starting Instagram, so I'm learning how to use it. But there's the business side.
Okay, now the musical you said.
The musical.
Yes, I even brought it back up, okay?
You did. I know. You get points, Mike. You get points. We are very happy to finally be able to announce that we will be doing Seussical Jr.
No.
So, yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's bright, it's vivacious, it's loud, it's fun, it's full of all your favorite Dr. Seuss characters. We've got Horton, we've got Maisie, we've got Gertrude, we've got the Who's, the Cat in the Hat. They're all there, and it's got really fun music. Holly Proctor, my music director, is excited about the music. She's really excited. She says it's really so much fun. It's very infectious. very upbeat, and they talked a lot about the things you can think,
Mm,
and so it's a combination of several stories you may know. There is Horton, obviously, who hears a who, and also throughout this show, Horton hatches an egg as well. So,
okay.
yep. So, but yeah, lots and lots of fun. It's going to be it's a big show. It's a very big show, much bigger than Annie was, and much more dance heavy. It's more music and dance heavy than Schoolhouse Rock. So it is going to be an undertaking, but the kids are super, super excited about doing it. And, when they're excited, I know what they give me. So
Hmm.
I'm not the least bit concerned. And it's just going to be this incredible production that I hope everybody plans to come see in March.
March. That's like musical season, isn't it?
It is. It is. And
Like
fortunately,
into the school year, let's do a musical. I mean,
right. Fall drama, spring musical, that's kind of the standard across the
yeah,
country.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And we're really fortunate because we get the March slot, which puts us about a month ahead of the high school, because we really don't want to compete with the high school.
No,
They do such wonderful productions. And I've got some of my kids are involved in both places, and it's hard to spread them super thin. But yeah, they, we try and support them, and they do a wonderful job of supporting us, and which is exactly how the theater should be. And
yes.
we're really pleased about that. So yeah, always supporting the high school as well. uh, they have a new director, and Ryan Stout has just really, he's breathed a new life. I mean, the previous directors have all been great, and they've done a wonderful job. And Lori Garner, I adore Lori Garner. I was just devastated when she left us. But Ryan Stout is a new person with a new look and a new outlook, and going a new direction with the kids and what they're getting to experience. I am very excited about. So it's wonderful to have somebody who I feel has the same passion and energy and desires to develop these kids the way I do. So anything we can do to help each other
Oh,
is a win.
certainly.
Yeah, absolute win-win. So, and he's been, like I said, he's been very supportive of us with helping us out with different props and things, and if there's equipment that we've needed to borrow, or just different things that they have passed on to us that we have been able to implement in different productions that they no longer had use for. And it's been really great. It's been really great. So hopefully we can turn around and do the same for them. And I'm hoping that we're developing some great kids in the younger ages, that once they get to Mojave, he can look at it and go, all right,
Yeah,
we've got
they know what they're doing.
developed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of talent in this town, but hopefully we're helping develop them into better actors, which then of course elevates their program as well.
Mhm. Okay, wow. I think what else you got for me?
What else do I have? Well, just don't forget that the River Cities Community Theater Players does have their full season. I hate to talk about the theater and not talk about what's going on with them. So,
Certainly.
as mentioned earlier, on Golden Pond, first show of the season. Our Christmas show this year is Little Town of Christmas. It's going to be directed by Pamela Stephen, who we're all very familiar with. She's been directing for us for years. And Julia Geringer, who is our new artistic director, is going to be working alongside with her, trying to develop some of her directing chops as well. She's going to be learning from one of the best. And then we have our February show is going to be It's Baggage, which is going to be directed by Brian Burns. And it's a comedy, a romantic comedy. There's an exchange of suitcases that needs to be corrected, and romance and comedy ensue. So
Okay.
which is a good one. And then our last one of the season, which I believe is a comedy mystery. I'm not familiar with the show very much, but it's called You Can't Get There From Here. And it's being directed by Jeff Wilson, also one of our regular directors. So very excited about the entire season. And of course, like I said, the 2 Ghostlight performances in there, and just trying to continue to, you know, improve our standards and improve our performances, and bring more to our audience and expand that audience, and just be able to provide really good quality entertainment and help continue to develop the arts in this community. It's something that we all believe very strongly in, and show that on the regular by the amount of time and energy that we put into what we do. So as always, if you are interested, if you're sitting at home and you're looking for something to do, and you don't necessarily just want to come watch us once a month, come join us, be part of what we do. There's so much that there is to be done, whether it be construction or costumes or lights or sound or tech or building, or helping backstage, stage management, backstage crew, or whether it's marketing, helping build and create programs or tickets, or all the different things that we have to put together. TV ads, or not TV ads, no, we don't do TV, we're not that,
Yeah,
we're not
maybe soon.
well off. Yes, newspaper ads is what I meant to say. Newspaper ads, billboards, whatever it is we're doing, we're really trying to get out there in front of people. And I always tell people that you tell me what you enjoy doing, and I will tell you what job in the theater we can use.
Yep.
There's something for everybody. Yep. We'll figure out a place for you, and it doesn't have to necessarily be on stage. Although we are happy to have you on stage, and we are happy to help you develop your confidence and your abilities on stage as much as we possibly can. And if that means you start out doing something small and work your way up to larger roles, that's great. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and try it. If you're like, I always thought that looked like fun, well, you're right, it is fun. So come on out and get involved. We do have a general meeting every month, the 3rd Thursday of the month, 7 p.m. at Suddenlink Community Center, room 202. We are not having a meeting this month. I would be there right now if that were the case. But with it being August and a lot of people being gone and school starting and 2 productions going on right now, it was just a little too much. So we decided to forego August, but we will be meeting in September, 3rd Thursday, 7 p.m., Suddenlink room 202. So come join us, be part. And always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, either through Facebook. Our River Cities Community Theater Players also has a Facebook page. We're very quick to respond. We get back to you. We can talk to you through Messenger. We can get phone numbers. We can call you, whatever it is that however you need us to reach you, we will get to you. And we're always happy to have new people join the ranks. So don't be shy. Come and join us.
Oh, I seriously cannot think of anything that we've missed.
See, you give me 1, 2, 3, go, and Diane just go.
And I've got my basic questions here, and you just like da 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 da, and there's question 4, and I'm like, all right, I'm cool. I'll just sit back here and enjoy the show.
Yeah, I am either an interviewer's dream or nightmare. I'm not sure which yet.
Well, we've had, this is our 2nd. Is that correct?
That is correct. 3rd.
And 3rd?
Yep, because we did one just about River Cities, and then we did one just about Ghostlight.
Right.
And now we're this one. Yeah. So
you're always fun to interview. You're prepared. I mean, I've not yet hit you with the question where you went,
You know who did that to me, and that was Sean. Yeah. He hit me with the proverbial, if you could perform any role in any show, what would it be? I'm like, and my first thought was, really, you're going to ask a theater person to pick one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be my first reaction too.
yeah, totally threw me. Took me a while to answer that one.
That's our Sean. I did, years of shows with him and Ace, and I mean, geez, back when you had to explain to somebody what a podcast was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Um, but
That's not that.
those were fun years, and I stay in
Yeah.
touch with those guys.
Yeah. Yeah. They're a good bunch. I appreciate you introducing him to me. That was a wonderful, wonderful experience. Thanks to you.
Well, he said, I'm doing small local theaters. And I'm like, are you doing community theaters? And he said, yes. I'm like, have I got a gig for you? And that was it. He's like, okay, set it up.
Yep. It was a good time. It was a good time. And he also learned how much I can talk.
Well, I'm going to go find my dinner.
I will do the same. I will
A pleasure talking to you as always.
As always, Mike. Anytime you need anything, you just holler.
Thank you. You have a good night.
You too. Thanks.
Okay. Bye-bye.